5 steps to market your business on LinkedIn. So this week we're going to cover a number of different ways that you can do that. The first thing to look at is how do you set up your profile and your company, and what is the power or the benefit of using LinkedIn in the world, or the power of the world of mouth marketing. LinkedIn was first started or created in 2002 and launched in spring of 2003 by a gentleman by the name of Reid Hoffman. He graduated from Stanford, worked with Apple and Fujitsu, and was a member or a founding member of PayPal, and I'm sure that you're all familiar with who and what PayPal is. Today, 2016, LinkedIn has over 450 million users across the world. And the users include all executives of Fortune 500 companies, major industries and industry leaders. So you can see the power of LinkedIn already. LinkedIn, as you can see from this map, which is a little bit outdated, this is back in 2014, but it gives you a good idea of the demographics, the countries that LinkedIn is popular in. You can see the gender down the right-hand corner. We have 41% female and 36% male. The age of the males is 35 to 54, and females are the same. So really we're looking at, if we were to put this into a nutshell, double income, no kids professionals are on LinkedIn, normally with an income of $80,000 or more. LinkedIn was primarily started or created, even though it's a social media platform or networking platform, it was used to create or headhunt for jobs. So, if you were the CEO of Coke or another Fortune 500 company and you wanted to get some really great employees from other competitors, you would go onto LinkedIn and see who actually owns or has that position, and you would obviously email them or message them and try and recruit them. So from there, LinkedIn also offers a recruitment platform or a place that we can advertise our jobs on, very similar to Seek and Career One platforms. You do have to pay, it's around $196 a month, but you do have an access to a very, very big network. For those of you that are joining us on Facebook Live, welcome, and just know that if you put your questions below in the comments section, you will we'll get onto those straight away for you at the end. So, one of the steps that we need to look at when creating a LinkedIn profile is the setting up of your account. How do you want your business or your business staff or yourself to be portrayed? What is the goal of LinkedIn in your profile? What are the keywords? And we always talk about keywords in social media, but what are the keywords that you would like to be found, or you would like in your profile so that you can be found? What are your friends on LinkedIn? Who are they? Are they a good choice? Are they beneficial to your career options? Or are they just people that you've met at networking events? So you need to sort of, again, like I say in every social media class, have some sort of strategy around who, what, and why you're using this platform. So understanding the power of the LinkedIn user, we've covered the demographics, normally professionals. So when we think about our strategy in posting, we're not going to post, family photos. We're not going to post content that we would post on Facebook and Snapchat and other, because our demographic here, or the audience, is somewhat professional or are professional. We need to understand the LinkedIn users. So why do they join LinkedIn? Is it because they're looking at career advancement? I know some people that I've spoken to specifically join LinkedIn, especially if they're studying in a field like a diploma or a bachelor degree. They'll join LinkedIn so that they can associate themselves with potential business owners or corporations or organisations so that they can advance their career whilst they're in their study mode. So that's something you need to consider. And then why do they use LinkedIn, or what do they use LinkedIn for? Is it for the career advancement? Is it for marketing? Is it for recruitment? Is it for building your network? Because LinkedIn is brilliant for networking. And why would they, or why would they not finish their LinkedIn profile? So you'll also see a lot of people that will have their profile half completed. And they do that for a number of reasons. One is they may not be sure of how to fill it in correctly, and we'll cover that for you today. Or potentially they don't want people to know that they're on LinkedIn. So what I mean by that, if you're a CEO of a big corporation, you can probably see the benefit of not actually having all your information on LinkedIn, because you're probably going to be bombarded with heaps of requests for maybe job positions or anything else. LinkedIn has 3 types of accounts. You've got your basic account, your premium accounts. Your premium accounts, and I'm tongue-tied today, sorry about that, comes with the Business Plus starting at $59.99, your sales account at $79.99, and your Recruiter Lite at $119.99. Most people find that the basic account will work exceptionally well for them, but if you really want to get involved in LinkedIn and build your network, you may consider looking at the $59.99 account. There is a slide share here, which if I can get onto the internet and show you, it goes through the different ways that we can actually compare the different types of accounts. Just need to change screens for our GoToWebinar people that are online with us today. I'm just going to bring that over. Here we go. So this is a link that you can find on SlideShare. It's very, very easy, but it also is a great opportunity for you to have a look at the difference between the 2 or 3 platforms. It'd be nice if we can get back there. Here we go. So monitoring 2 screens is always a wee bit difficult for me. So free versus premium. As you can see here, oops, I'll just bring that up for you so you can see it on the screen a little bit clearer. The experience of LinkedIn. You've got your gain more insights, build your brand, or grow your network. So that's the why I'm using LinkedIn. As we jump through. Gain more insights is to be able to attract the audience with a full list of people who have viewed your profile. Also gives you your competitive edge, which what we would call your insights in Facebook or other platforms, so you can actually see with your business profile, not the free profile, who's actually looking at your account. You can see who's viewed your profile. This is in the free account. We can see who's viewed us, the last 5 people. In the premium account, we can access a true trove of information about those people. So this would be handy because if you have a type or a business that's actually always viewing you, you would then be able to contact them and tell them how you can best help them and their services. You can see in the free account how you rank with the top 10. And I'm not going to go all through all these because you can grab the link from the presentation and have a look at yourself. But it's just showing you a little bit of difference between the free and the premium. So with the premium, the difference is you can see who are the top 100 people that viewed your account. The application insights or the applicant insights are only a premium feature, and these are some of the information that you would see. Okay. When you're building your brand, you can stand out and do an expanded search. In the basic account, we have an option, and I'll show you that shortly, on how to search somebody free with your keywords and how that can come up. With the premium account, you'll stand out with the display information of your profile, so you can see the difference between the 2. The free account, when applying for a job on LinkedIn, your job application will be viewed in the order on which it's submitted. When you use your competitive edge by applying the feature application through the premium account, your job application will appear above those non-premium members. So keyword suggestion is for the premium feature only, so this is how you would get certain keywords ranked, but I am going to show you how you can do that also with the basic account. So keyword rich in your summary, it used to be available for the basics, but it still does work. So again, this is probably not a feature that you'd want to pay for just for the keyword function. Open profile is a premium feature only, so this is where you can send anybody in your network an email or an email within LinkedIn. When you connect as a basic, you can't actually use that facility. You can send them a message but not an email. You can grow your network, and you've got search filters in the free account, which we'll go into in more detail shortly. And then in the premium account, you can narrow those search down and give you an additional 8 filters. So you can see from the difference between the basic and the premium, there is some advantage from having one or two of these functions. But again, that's obviously up to you to decide, and you know, it depends how much networking you're going to actually do. So, you know, if you're a serious builder of your network on LinkedIn, then you may want to consider this. If not, then you know the basic one will actually work for you quite well. So just putting my screen back to our GoToMeeting webinar people, just give me 1 second. We've got 3 audiences running here. We've got our live audience, we've got our GoToMeeting audience, and we've got our audience in the room. We've got a few people in the room with us today, so there's a few things going on here. Just checking how the audience is seeing it. All right, so let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so that was a slide share. One of the best things, or the most popular aspects of LinkedIn that I absolutely love, is when you're at a networking event or you're at any event telling people about your business, you know, the odds of, the chances of them actually remembering your business name are probably quite low compared to them remembering your full name or your legal name. So what happens when you have a LinkedIn profile is that your name, when inputted into Google, will actually come up on the top of Google. So I love this because if you're meeting somebody and you say, look, I'm a social media trainer, a social media specialist, my name's Leanne Peard, they will go home, and if they can't find your business card, they're probably going to put your name into Google, Leanne Peard, whether they spell it right or wrong, not your name, that's my name. If they spell it wrong, then Google will come up with some suggestions. But once they've clicked and put the information in, they'll see your name, click on your LinkedIn profile, which will take you through to your LinkedIn profile, and they'll know exactly that's who you are because of your profile picture and obviously the information that's on your profile. That's a very, very powerful tool, I believe, that LinkedIn offers. So moving along to LinkedIn, this is your dashboard. This is what LinkedIn looks like when you first sign in, and I'll just quickly navigate around this so that you don't get somewhat confused. So over on your LinkedIn profile, you've got your home page. That's where we are at the moment. And you have 3 options to do your status update. You can share an update, obviously exactly like Facebook, put the information in. You can upload a photo. Whoops, I didn't want to go to that slide. Let's go back. You can upload a photo, and you can write an article. So LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to actually write an article and post it as what they call a LinkedIn post. Up along the top here, this is where you access your profile. This is your network, learning, jobs for recruitment, and interests. Along the top section here, you've got your messages, you've got your notifications exactly like Facebook or any other social media platform, and you also have the people that are wanting to connect with you. And then the white bar at the top here is where you search for people, jobs, companies, and more. So this is your home page, just a little bit of navigation around there. The first step to your success on LinkedIn is having your profile picture. And these are just profile pictures that I found using the search function CANS. And no disrespect to anybody that's on here, these are just ones that I was able to pull up. So as you can see, each and every one of them has a different sort of image portrayed. What is suggested and not compulsory, however, it's suggested that you use your LinkedIn profile as a business professional image. So what you should be looking for is, you know, from the chest area up in a professional background or a clear or white background, and it shows you looking very professional. So that's just some ideas, and you can get them done quite cheaply as well from, you know, local photographers around the area. When we open up our LinkedIn profile, the first thing that you will always see is, and I'm using Ben because he was one of my past clients, and he didn't mind using himself as a suggestion for this workshop and other workshops I've done on LinkedIn. But the very first thing that you'll see is that it'll come up and ask you, do you know that this person has these skills or expertise? And you've actually propagated them. So Ben's actually put these skills into the back end of his profile. And if you do know Ben, I would strongly suggest that you, or the person that pops up in your search, I'd strongly suggest that you do actually add these skills and expertise to their profile, because you want the same thing to happen when you're actually online. You want people to say, yes, I know Leanne does training and I know Leanne does social media. So yes, you would look at that. But right now we're looking at the very first thing that comes up is underneath your name you will have your description of what you do. Now we all know that we only have a few minutes to grab somebody's attention. So if you have in your description area here, which is highlighted in red, if you have CEO of XYZ company trading XYZ, etc., etc. If I look at that, I probably don't know A, what your company trades, I probably don't know what your company is. So it's suggested that in this section here you put an explanation of what you do. So for the case here of Ben, he's got audit trainee, and sorry about that, my computer's just making a bing noise, audit trainee, or you might do like I do, social media trainer, or you might do personal trainer, fitness expert, or whatever it is. You need to really look at explaining your job qualification rather than putting the qualification in there. So that's the first step that you need to look at. The next thing we're going to look at is underneath your description there in your profile picture, you have the ability to put your information in. So yes, this is not compulsory. You may not wish to have your mobile phone number and your email, and you may wish to do so. So this is just information that you can choose. You can put visible to everybody else on LinkedIn, your Twitter account, your WeChat, which is like a messenger app, and also your websites. When I'm putting this information in, LinkedIn will default to www.socialmediaspecialist. So what I suggest you to do is after you change that, you'll have a website. Change the word website to your actual website name or the name of your business, as I've done here. And then that way it looks a little bit more professional, clean cut. Right down the bottom left-hand corner, you'll have your LinkedIn profile URL. So this is the actual URL that, you know, you can drive people back from your website, or you could drive them back from your business card or whatever to this information. Again, like I said, the heading is very important, so it explains exactly what Ben has done, and then we've got underneath that the education. The next section that you really should focus on is your summary. If you can, I would like to see that you speak in the first person, explaining to people who and what you do and how can you help them, rather than a spiel on who and what you are, if that makes sense. So if you think about the benefits of people using your business, then please, you know, address it in a professional but very well communicated way, rather than I'm CEO of XYZ company and I trade in stocks and I do this and I do that. At the end of the day, nobody really is interested in what you do. They want to know what you can do for them. So definitely make your summary section a little bit eye-catching. You can definitely have a call to action, and also this is where you would start putting in your keywords. So for me, I put my keywords in as my specialities, and you're welcome to copy this if you wish. The next section underneath the summary, so on the left-hand side here I've got my summary. Here you can see what it looks like, and this section to the left is a larger view. So underneath your summary you can start showcasing your presentations, you can showcase your PowerPoint presentations or videos or anything that you've done that can showcase your work. So that's a great opportunity to show people what you are doing or what you have done. The next section, now this is Ben's profile, so I'll show you Ben's and I'll show you mine, is the experience. I found with the keyword searching, which I'll show you shortly, that the more experience that you put in here and have it keyword rich, the higher you come up within LinkedIn's searching algorithm. So what I suggest to all clients, if you can, and if your business type allows you to do so, is that you can actually, every client you have, put them down as experience. So you can see with Ben, because he's training and he's also studying at JCU, you can see that his experience is based around his personal experience. So that's Ben's. And now let me show you mine. With my experience, I actually write down everything that I'm doing in regards to A, my courses that I'm offering, and also the clients that I'm working with. So that's a couple of suggestions for your profile, and that's step one in making your business or networking and marketing on LinkedIn. The next important thing to consider is your connections. So yes, we all have connections. I've just taken that screen off. I beg your pardon. Give me 1 sec to start that up again for you. Talk about passion fingers. So connections. So when we look at our connections, what we're looking for is A, if you're connecting with people face-to-face at networking, well then it would be a great idea to take their card back with you to the office and then find them on LinkedIn and then connect with them. Are there people that you want to connect with to enhance your career? Like I said, one of the clients previously that attended a workshop suggested that he was basically on there so he could advance his career and his job opportunities when he finished studying. So he was seeking out different firms and managers and HR managers, etc., and connecting with them before he actually was in a position to, look at working with them, and also doing it, using it as a bit of reconnaissance also, where he was, checking out that company and see if their values and their ethics aligned with his own. And then the other thing is, is there people that you want to work with? So there could be business-to-business opportunities and maybe you haven't been introduced to that person formally. You can definitely find them through your connections on LinkedIn. Now let's look at how we find those connections. So up in the top corner, up in the middle section of your LinkedIn profile, you'll see the search button. The little 3 lines and the arrow, if I can show that to you, I'll point it out up here. So over here, yes, Facebook Live, I am a real person. So over here, if you click on that little down arrow, it will allow you to search for people and companies. So that will give you the opportunity to actually find people or companies or jobs. So this is where you would put in the information. Another thing that you need to look at and consider is endorsements when we're looking at LinkedIn. So like I showed you with the profile of Ben in the very first section, you'll get asked, does this person have the skills and expertise? So definitely look at, if you know that they do have it, definitely give them an endorsement. So let's just pop over to Ben now. Does Ben have these skills and expertise? Takes you a couple of seconds just to click yes on these and endorse them, especially if you're wanting people to endorse you for your services. What does it look like on your own profile? And that's a brilliant question. I'm glad that you've asked. This is what your top skills look like. Now, I always suggest over here that you only have around 10 skills here, otherwise it looks like you're the jack of all trades. So think about the 10 skills that you would like to be endorsed for and then put them in your top skills. And then as people connect with you, they'll endorse you for those skills. The bottom section down here are other skills, but I actually don't want them displayed in my top 10, so we've just got them below. So that's quite easy to do, and that's also done in your endorsement section of your page. So you have the opportunity to here add and remove any of your endorsements. So you just click the cross and out they go, or you can add more in, which is really beneficial to show people your expertise and what you can actually do for them. Now the recommendations, so that was endorsements. The recommendations is a wee bit different. So a recommendation is like a testimonial. So again, after I've actually worked with anyone, any clients, I will send them a recommendation on LinkedIn to actually recommend my work that I have completed with them. So this gives you more social proof, and it is down the bottom of your profile, and it shows people that yes, you are actually capable of doing what you said you can do. So very, very good for social proof. The next thing that we're going to look at, which can help your marketing on LinkedIn, is creating groups. And I'm sure that if you've got a LinkedIn profile, you possibly have already been attracted or asked to be added or included in some groups. But I would strongly suggest that you create your own targeted group. So I believe and I know that we all have our own form of expertise. So whatever industry you're in, you will definitely know more than myself in regards to that. So why not create a group that's targeted to the people that you want to attract in your business and share that expertise and have that discussion. So yes, it's going to take a little bit of time, but definitely consider that. The other thing you can do is then send out group emails to your group. So I was watching a video yesterday, excuse me, I was having a drink of water, where one person had created a group and had over 100,000 members, and he was saying that, you know, not spamming his members, but definitely he could email the members of his group with different information that might be, you know, might be beneficial to them. So it allows you to email your group, and they're also what we call warm leads because they already know, like, and trust you because they're part of your group. There's two types of groups that you should definitely look at using, or the reason behind creating those groups, I suppose, is having a branded group rather than an interest group. So obviously, you know, a branded group is more about your company and your intention and what you can help and the problems that these people have, versus an interest group, which might be, what are your thoughts on training in Australia? Or, you know, what are your thoughts on marketing with personal trainers, or how does a personal trainer get leads, etc., etc. So definitely, again, comes back to your strategies. You need to let your members know what that group is about and how it's going to be beneficial to them. The biggest struggle, again, would be keeping your groups active. A bit tongue-tied today. So setting up your group is half the battle, but now you need to keep it active. There's nothing worse than going to a group and then having a look that there's actually no content or no one is sharing or discussing. So you need to be able to share that group with other people outside of LinkedIn. You can share it on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, and you can invite people into your group. The good thing about connecting on LinkedIn too is you can upload your current email list or your contact list to LinkedIn, and LinkedIn will then send them out a message saying, hey, I'm on LinkedIn, please come and connect with me. So keeping your groups active, you should be looking at starting a discussion to interact with your friends and your group members, and it can be used as a group, you know, a press release. It can be matters of interest that obviously they need to know. Maybe it's information about legislation changes or industry changes. Use your search engine optimized keywords when writing up your description. So when we talked about, well, we haven't quite yet looked at how they work, but think about keywords that will make it easier for people to find your group. What is the goal of the group or the goal of the discussion? Make sure you keep monitoring the discussion and answering the questions. And will it attract people? So is it a point of interest that people will want to be a part of or will want to be a part of your group? Now, how do you find a group or how do you create a group? It's very easy. Underneath the interest tabs, you've got groups. And then you'll be asked to create your group of interest, and then you can start inviting. And then you can post directly to your group or go back to the home page and post information to your connections. Let's have a look at keywords now. So we all understand, I hope, that keywords is how Google uses their search engine optimization through the words that you type in. Well, LinkedIn is very similar. So the first thing we need to do is, as I said, optimize your account for keywords. So if you're in training, you would use the word training, or online training, or social media training, whatever the niche is, if that's what you want to be found. If you're a mechanic, you might use the word mechanic a lot of times to be found. But optimize your account with the keywords that you want to be found for under or inside LinkedIn. Now this is how it works. So I have in the top section up the top in the white search bar, I typed in tax agent cans, and without having too much filters on, the searching on the left hand side, I'll go through that in a minute, you can see that anybody that had the word tax agent was highlighted here in bold and came up as my search, as part of my search. And this is great because if I'm looking for a tax agent in Cairns, I'm probably going to check out these people's profiles if that's what I was looking for. Now over here in the advanced search, now this is still a basic account, remember too, I haven't paid for this. I can now search, I'm searching for people. I can search all the people that are in LinkedIn, or maybe I can choose my first, second connections, my group members, or third connections. I can choose to search in Australia, all over the world, or maybe I want to choose Queensland. I can choose to search by the company types as well. So you can see that this is extremely beneficial as a search option, and people are using LinkedIn all over the world to actually search for people in your field. Hence why it's really important to have these keywords in there so you can be found. Now the second search that I put in was a mechanic. So I wrote in the search function mechanic, and all I did was change the filter down here to Cairns, Australia. And then what came up is the people that actually had mechanic in their name or in their description, as I showed you before, that were in Cairns. So if I was looking for a good mechanic, I'm probably going to click on these couple of profiles that have popped up inside LinkedIn. So the keyword and how to get the keyword, it's very heavily weighted in your title description. So that's the first section where I spoke about, instead of putting CEO of XYZ company, you would say we build stronger communities through training. So you've only got 100 characters to actually get your keyword dropped in there. So that is heavily weighted. Oops, I've always done it again. So you shouldn't just say project manager, you should say project manager of creating sustainable living, whatever it is. And then the second part is in your summary, as we spoke about earlier, and then the third part would be in your actual experience section, is very heavily weighted. Other ways to market on LinkedIn, you can create a company page. So you've got your personal profile, which is like your online resume, or showcasing you and what you have to offer for your products and services. But then you can create a company page. So a company page doesn't need as much information in it, but anybody can follow your company. So you can still put status updates in there. It works for the search engine optimization. It also allows you to have backlinks, and if anybody knows about the power of having backlinks in Google, it just allows you to send traffic back to your website. You can use it to drive traffic back to your website. You can create a product or a service on your company page, so you can showcase a product and service, which is really, really cool. You can use brand building with ads, so LinkedIn has the option to market to target audiences again, very similar to Facebook, very similar cost as well. You can then send out your group emails if you have a group, like we said, and start recruiting if you're into recruiting. When creating your basic company information, I won't go through all the steps here, but basically you add your company. The most important part to listen or to take note of is that the email address of your company. So if your company is called XYZ, your email needs to be Leanne@XYZ. If you have a different email address, LinkedIn will not associate you as being a company owner or director and won't allow you to create a company. So if you don't have a company email address, you need to get one before you move on to this section. Then you just need to put in the information about your business and or your company. Then you can put your logo and start doing status updates. Backlinks, as I said, are great. You can attach links to your blog, you can attach links to your products, your services, or even to other information on your website and start adding backlink content from your company page to your website. One of the most important factors about using social media is you should always be considering, how do I drive it back to my website to grab their email address, to give them something on offer, or to basically showcase them what you do. So when you're using LinkedIn, you should have LinkedIn on your email address. It obviously should be on your website as well. If you can use it in other places like your blog, etc., definitely have LinkedIn on there. If you have a WordPress site, you can easily just add in some LinkedIn share buttons, and I'm sure you've seen them when you've been traveling around the internet or watching absolutely, because it's on YouTube as well, watching or reading blogs. Very, very easy to share your content. Now, we spoke about the showcase page. You can actually create a showcase page for your business. So identify what part of your business that you would like to create a showcase page for, or a product of the month or a service of the month. And then all you need to do is click the edit menu on your company page, create a showcase page, and you're off and running. It is really not that difficult, and it's actually quite easy because, as I said, you could change it every month or every week if you choose to. When we look at brand building, this is a valuable tool to monetize your business and your LinkedIn page. So brand building, we're talking about marketing and advertising. Now LinkedIn has some specific ways that you can do that. They offer display ads, social ads, and sponsorship ads. If you want to know how to advertise, again, very easy. In the top right hand corner under business services, you can actually post an advertisement, and that's where you'll also find post job and sales solutions. But when you see this section, you'll see that your company has an opportunity to do the different types of ads there. Very, very, very similar to Facebook advertising, so you shouldn't get too lost. The display ads look something like this. You can add a bit of text. You can add content that's engaging and send them back to your, or you can target market them as well. So exactly like Facebook target marketing, once you know exactly who that client is, you can definitely find them on LinkedIn and market to them. You can unlock a professional audience, target to the right people by job title. So let's just say that you're wanting to hire a personal trainer for your gym, then obviously your job title would be personal trainers or fitness industries. You can create the ads, they're very easy. You can boost them across all the devices, meaning mobile as well, and it does drive real results. So you can definitely measure the conversions with LinkedIn's own insights in the back end of their ads. And cost effective, probably on par with Facebook. So if you did an ad and you paid about 50 cents a click, you'd probably be paying about the same here on LinkedIn. And number 5 is interaction tools and cross-promotion. So we all know the internet has changed traditional forms of marketing, so people can move faster and access information quicker. So we've got sites like we already know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now we can use LinkedIn to voice our, or showcase our products and our concerns. Well, if you have some concerns, you can definitely do that as well. But make sure that you cross-promote LinkedIn with your other social media networks. So on the bottom of your email address, like I said, your WordPress account or your website, get people to go and read your articles on LinkedIn, and posting as well. So all I did was, in my search button here, just to show you another example of groups, was typed in CANS businesses. So what came up is some networking groups that you could join straight away, and we've got CANS Small Business Networking, CANS Business Network, Social Business Networking, Forum for Business Growth, and a few others, as you can see. And it'll show you, once you have a look at that, how many members. So the first one has 153 members, and then we've got 1,600 members. So you can join these groups and post information relating to that demographic or that interest, like we covered before, or you can create your own. So the main focus of the workshop today was to make sure that you do start connecting with everybody. Make sure that you send them a personal message. So when I get an invite on my LinkedIn page, I don't just click yes, thank you very much for connecting. I will actually use this as an opportunity to connect with them on another level. So I will offer them something for free. I'll thank them first for connecting with me. Maybe I'll offer them something for free. Maybe I'll tell them about a free workshop that I'm having, or send them back to my website for information. So make sure you make it quite personal. You can use the LinkedIn Mail to connect with more people if you decide to have a premium account, or you can use messages just to message people. We used to be able to do group messages. You still can, but it's a little bit difficult. But otherwise, you can definitely find all the people in Cairns that are mechanics and then send them out a message to come to a workshop, for example. You can join groups to become the expert in your space, so join other people's groups and interact with them and answer their problems and questions, which will show that you are the expert or the go-to person. You can use LinkedIn to drive traffic back to your website, for example, again, having it in your profile, having it in your company page, and then sharing links, for example, blogs, etc., to go back to your website, which will increase your search engine optimizations. And you can seek out those that you want to do business with. So for example, if you're wanting to create more business-to-business networks, then you could search, for example, mechanics in Cairns if you were a spare parts person, and get a list of mechanics and start connecting and communicating with them to build your network. So just to give you an overview of what we've covered today, LinkedIn profile, this is the most important part of LinkedIn. Make sure you fill in all the information. Make sure you have a professional profile picture. Next thing you do is to do the endorsement, so endorse other people and give recommendations for those people that you do know that have these skills and abilities. Make sure that you connect with people outside, so you've connected at a networking event, go back and find them on LinkedIn and send them a nice message so that you have that connection. You can use the LinkedIn platform for your ads. What I missed there is you can create your company page, create groups, and then use this platform as a place to have warm contacts and create your email list. Now today wouldn't be free without trying to share something with you, and the reason that I'm sharing this with you is there is an opportunity to become a social media manager. With the C3G funding and our Boost funding, we're now able to offer a funded government course to you called Become a Social Media Manager. The way that this is delivered is with 12 units of competency delivered online. We have monthly workshops here in Cairns. If you're not able to attend the workshops, then you will get access in the membership area, and these workshops will be recorded, or you can pop into the room with our go-to meeting. We also have an exclusive study Facebook group where you can share your thoughts, and like I said, we have the membership site. The fee for you is only an 85 contribution fee only. The government, as I said, is funding this under the two schemes. So if you've got any questions about LinkedIn or the course, now would be a great time to share that. No, we've got a few people online, and I will check the Facebook messages shortly from the Facebook Live. But thanks again for joining me. If you like the workshop, jump over to the page. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, and tell everybody how great it is, that would be muchly appreciated. Watch for next week. We'll do another live webinar, or I'll have to think of a different name for that, but we'll come up with something pretty trendy. So if you're watching this live, make sure that you put your details in the box below the live event so I can answer those for you. And those on GoToMeeting, thank you very much for sharing. And those that are in the room with us, thank you very much for participating. See you guys later. Wow, even I say something.